We are back on MorningLine. Thanks for joining us. Chris Johnson with us talking elder care law and the like, taking your phone calls, 737-7587. Waiting through the break, Chris, is Diane. Diane, good morning. Hi, Diane.
Hi. I have a question about, you just mentioned the Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
How much does Tom Selleck get paid for doing those ads, and why would he?
Well, like I said, I mean, again, that commercial he's on runs a lot. He's a celebrity who I think a lot of people, because of the roles he plays, is someone who's credible. And for him, I'm sure, I'm just guessing, he's getting paid, right? But this company has done nothing illegal. That last caller, I think, was disgruntled, and it wasn't right for him. But I think this company that he represents does legitimate reverse mortgages. The question is if it's right for you. And so Tom may believe in the product, or he may just say, I'll look into it. I doubt he would represent a product that he truly believes is not good. Some people would for the money. I don't think he needs the money. Maybe he thinks it helps people. I don't know. What do you think?
I think you probably put your finger right on it. I think I hope, I always try and think the best that a celebrity spokesperson does at least a modicum of homework and says, I feel good representing this. And like you said, I don't believe that he needs the money, Tom. He's had so many incredible roles that maybe he's looked into it and said, listen, this is just another option out there for seniors, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
And there's nothing illegal or wrong about it. So I don't want to give people the misimpression. It may be, you could be in that narrow gap that he believes do well with reverse mortgages, and that company, AEG or whatever it's called, could be very good for it. So we don't want to disparage that. Again, that was one disgruntled customer. I'd love to hear from someone else maybe who had success with it. Some people have. So that's just the way it plays out. That's one option for staying where you're at. I was curious, since this pretty much is our last segment, it's been a while since I've seen you or Tim or Barbara. This time of year, is there anything particular that you're dealing with your clients, either specific questions or things that come as you approach the end of the year that anyone should be concerned with when it comes to some of these legal matters?
Yeah, I think there are two big ones, and I'm really glad you brought this up. So the first one is the annual enrollment period is open for Medicare. And so this is a great opportunity, and this is another one where the celebrity spokespeople are out there and all those advantage plans, and you're going to keep more of your Social Security. I saw the commercial yesterday, $1,700 more in your pocket. You need to be very careful with those plans that you select. And remember, when you call one of those numbers, that's an insurance company trying to sell you a product. Now, I'm not picking on them. They believe in their product, obviously, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that product is the right fit for you. And what you want is objective, unvarnished advice that is tailored to your personal situation. What medications are you on? What pre-existing conditions you have? And someone to look at it who's not beholden to one plan or another, but will look across all of the plans and say, this one is the right one for you, no matter what company represents that plan. And so that's the first thing, is take advantage of these annual enrollment periods and make sure you get that right. The second one is, this is where, hopefully with COVID, knock on wood, wrapping up, people are coming home for the holidays again. And this is oftentimes where the kids get to see mom and dad for a prolonged period of time, and you get to see, are they safe in their environment?
How they doing?
Is this a time to have a conversation? Because a lot of times we'll find in January there's a big uptick in our business because the kids come home for Thanksgiving and Christmas and go, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't realize. You're away
it.
from 6 months. I live here in Tennessee. My folks lived in Oregon. I only see them a couple times a year. And so there's a big gap, and I go back, and I'm like, wow. Now, if I'd been there every day, it's a slow process.
That's
Maybe
right.
you don't notice as much, but when you're away and you go back,
it's startling.
So you actually see an uptick in January sometimes.
Yeah, we
because
see an uptick, and so we encourage, hey, get home, see your parents, see how they're doing, have these conversations. Because the other thing is, there's a reason, even though they see their parents at Thanksgiving and see their parents in Christmas in December, we don't have a huge uptick now, because you can't. It isn't something you can force parents to do, and you need to talk to them. You need to have a conversation. You want buy-in. You want the family to come together. We want everyone around the table and to feel good about the plan, because when you try and force a plan, it doesn't work as well, and people go away unhappy and disgruntled, and that's not how we want the family unit. And so what you do is you look at things and say, maybe we need to start having this conversation.
And that's how it all starts. And let's squeeze in another call. We got a couple more coming in, but you're absolutely right. Check out your folks or elderly loved ones, whoever you're with this holiday. Let's go to, is it Barbara? Are you there, Barbara?
Hello.
Hi, Barbara.
No, this is Diane still.
Oh, okay. Hang on just a sec here. I think I got. Oh, I'm sorry. Barbara, go ahead, Barbara.
Okay. I'm a single person. I don't have children, and I have a house. Do I need to get a guardian or a lawyer or something in case something happens to me unexpectedly?
So you don't have any other family? It's just you now?
Yeah.
Okay, you sound great. I mean, you sound. How are you physically? How you doing?
I think I'm okay, but
Yeah, you sound sharp. You sound sharp. I'm sorry. Did you say how old are you?
I'm 71.
Okay, well, she sure sounds sharp to me. What do you recommend for someone like her?
So, Barbara, that's an excellent question, and that's kind of that unsupported elder realm that is growing in our society, and you fit into that. Now, you're what we call a HOP, a healthy older person, and so that's good. But at some point, we all kind of transition to unhops, unhealthy older person, where you're going to need some help with some things. And yes, you definitely want, at a minimum, to have a healthcare power of attorney, a durable general power of attorney, and a will. Now, the healthcare power of attorney is someone who can make medical decisions on your behalf if you can't. That's going to require someone that you trust, absolutely, and you're going to want to make sure they have a roadmap. So perhaps for you, even a living will in conjunction with your healthcare power of attorney be wise. Your living will is kind of your roadmap of instructions. No extraordinary measures. I want to donate organs or not donate organs, all of those things. Those would be vitally important. Now, if you don't have, friends at church or neighbors that you're very close with, there are people, there are businesses that do this in a professional capacity. They are essentially serve as professional fiduciaries, and a fiduciary is someone whose their job is to do what's in your best interest. And so you want to make sure that someone has that legal decision making. So if you had a stroke and were found and taken to the hospital, they have someone to call. They have someone who has that legal authority instantaneously, because you don't really have a close next of kin, and that's where the hospital would jump to first. So I would definitely get the powers of attorney in place. I would certainly, in your case, consider a living will. It's generally not always what I recommend, but when you're an unsupported elder, I think having a roadmap for those wishes, I think, is more important. And then at a minimum, having a will, and then probably at 71, we're sounding very healthy. Now's the time to start planning for the future, as far as perhaps protecting your assets so that you're cared for no matter what. But that's the time. You're living at home, you're very healthy. That's the time to strike when the iron's hot, not when you're in the skilled nursing facility going, oh my goodness, I can't afford six-figure care.
So smart. She's 71 and she's on it, and that's the best advice. And good for her calling now. I mean, look, right now you may get off the phone and say, you know what, I'm fine, I'll just go on. But he's absolutely right. You don't want to wait until you fall and break your hip. Okay, or something along those lines. You're healthy now, it's not a big deal. So just to be real clear, for someone like her, and we're gonna have the contact information up afterwards, she can call the number, call out to your office, and arrange to meet with you, Tim or Barbara or one of the staffers there. And initially, it doesn't cost anything for the phone call to talk about what she's interested in.
That's correct.
And then she can sit down, based on the size of the estate, the cost or whatever, you can take it out of your savings, a one-time fee or whatever, retain them, and they will set that up for you. And then it's just peace of mind. You're fine now, you may be for the next 10 years, but if she were to fall and need help, and there's no one there and to make the decisions, or maybe she's unconscious for a while, or maybe even lay down the groundwork for someday when she no longer really can live in the house. I know she wants to stay there, but maybe at some point she can't get around. And she just needs lay the groundwork for a nursing home. Get on a list already, or a facility that she'd like. Start looking at them now and say, I like this one. Maybe someday I'll live here, right? You guys can walk her through all that.
Get that planning done ahead of time. I hope that no one ever has to move out of their home. I mean, that is...
She may never need it.
And you may never need it. But if you do need it, you'll be glad you planned for it.
Darn right. And if you have the means, and unfortunately not everyone does necessarily, and they wait till the last second, mainly because but if you have the means to get with a lawyer and do it, that is just smart, Barbara. Do it. And she sounds sharp as a tack. So now's the time to get it going, right?
That's absolutely correct.
Is this a busy time for you guys?
Yeah, it's okay.
More than other
like
times?
I said,
January, you say,
there's obviously there's a big push at the beginning of the year. There's always just kind of the little trends. Obviously, Christmas time gets a little slow because end of the year people are focused on other things. So, but we like to sprint through the finish line.
Chris, you're awesome. Listen, thanks for coming. This was a great conversation, because I'm enthused about talking about this only because I've lived this. You're probably saying, Nick, this stuff's boring, whatever. But you know what? If it affects you and your family, it's not boring.
That's right.
It is crucial. And boy, I've learned so much from you guys.
Thank you,
I
Nick.
really have. Listen, have a happy holiday.
You do the
Great
same,
Thanksgiving
Nick.
and Christmas. Tell Tim and Barbara and everyone I said hi, and we'll do this again soon, all right?
I will
And,
definitely.
we'll put your contact information up at the end of the show.
That sounds wonderful.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Take
You
a
too.
break. Grab a pen and paper because we'll have the contact. By the way, the office is there now. You had moved a year ago, right?
That's correct.
It's in Hendersonville
Yep,
still?
it's still in Hendersonville.
Yeah, I've been out to the facility, but you can call. We'll have all that contact information for you in just a moment. Stay with us.